Live. You're live.
We're live. YouTube, people of Earth, what's going on? Welcome to the racetrack gas station off of exit 80 on I-24 in the middle of beautiful Middle Tennessee, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. This is where we do our live Sunday, our Sunday night lives, now. And we've got our sidekick, Buff Del Campo. You're like the Ed McMahon of this thing, right?
The Ed McMahon of this thing?
Yeah. Let's start this
A
over
big
again.
heavy guy that drinks beer.
Let's start this over again. Like, you gotta do.
What's up, George?
Here's
Wait.
Oh, we gotta do this
I'll go
twice.
over here.
I don't remember the beginning of that.
Johnny Carson.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember his whole spiel. And here's Tony.
What's up, Engine? What's up, Jack? Doodlebug, Curtis,
What's going on, guys?
Terry, Stang Lincoln,
Stang Lincoln.
CMP, John Wilburn, Justin, Bruce. What's going on, guys?
How is everybody tonight on this beautiful evening? It really is beautiful, yeah?
It's gorgeous
It's
out,
nice
yeah.
out here.
Except for the sun blasting
Sun's right
straight
there.
in my eyes.
Yeah, it'll get low.
What's up, Fubar?
Football, the axe. I always feel confident.
What's up, Dexter,
Football
Cletus?
shows up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I know nothing can go wrong. Nothing can go wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
I see. I don't know him. I just looked at me right now.
Well, it's football.
Yeah, I mean, I know him from seeing his.
Engine says he was just watching the Turbo Slant video.
Ah, how did
Awesome.
you like that? Good. Was that a good video?
What's up, Terry? What's up, Ant345? Granny's Garage.
Greatest garage. What's going
Robert, what's going on from Great Falls, Virginia?
on?
Let's see. Bruce W says Turbo Slant 6, interesting.
I'm finding it very interesting. This is my first. I mean, I've driven turbo cars and I've done work on turbo cars, but never actually dug in and got into the guts of a turbo car. So I'm really enjoying this actually. I
Do
hear
you
something lumpy behind me. What is that?
do you have anything reasonable, really cheap for sale?
None of my cars are for sale. That is a nice fucking pickup.
That's a nice truck. Should I show everybody?
Yeah, show everybody.
I'll walk over
All right.
and see it.
I'm kind of tied up here. Can you see it, guys?
It sounds
can't-
like he's idling a little fat.
I can't move. Let's see. Turbo Slant video was awesome, Shane says.
Thank you.
Robert says good vid on the Turbo Slant. Hadley says all of us did. We love the video. Thank you. What's up, Mopar Dan?
No pardon. What's happening, brother?
He says Turbo Slant project is cool. You don't have anything cheap for sale?
I don't sell. None of my cars are for sale.
Okay.
Ever, under any circumstances. I would give them away before I sold them. That thing is idling really fast, right?
Want to walk over? Or not?
I want to fix it.
Yes, UTG's drinking
Doesn't it bother
coffee.
you when things are like that?
What's that?
Doesn't it bother you when things are like that?
What's up, Olive?
Tell him we do a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Maybe he doesn't want to have
I'd
anything
like
to do with
straighten
us.
that thing out.
Hold on. Yeah, that's might be an insult to him. He might like that.
Well, he should know it's not idling.
Yeah, no, it's all fat.
Yeah.
Smells like gasoline.
Yeah.
Destroyer 1320 says looking for some slicks, Tony.
Okay.
Got any slicks?
I have nothing for sale. Actually, I got to buy six. I got to buy 6 for 2 cars.
Okay. What's up, Dakota?
Dakota.
Let's see. I don't know how to say this name. Ati says I've spent 15 years or so on turbo Dodges. Glad you're building the Slant 6. What's up, Barry?
What's going on, Harry? I mean, that was really.
Why is his truck still running? Is he having a problem?
Can't turn
Probably
it off.
can't shut it off.
Shut it off.
Yeah,
Nobody can
probably not. Yeah, he's leaving.
see it. Cool. Hello.
Go help him. What's the temp over there? It's really nice tonight.
It's about 75 right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that UT sad? No. That's Buff Del Campo.
Buffalo Campo.
Buffalo.
They hired him specifically for this occasion.
Huh?
They hired him specifically for this
Tigers.
occasion.
Yeah. Can you help that truck guy?
I would love to help him.
I brought my tools.
And I would have said yes, but he says, oh, you know, you might insult him.
He needs help.
I don't want to insult him.
Yeah, that's it.
What's up, CJ? All right, he's gone now. No help from UTG.
He cleans right up. He must have like a super crazy MSD on there or something.
Okay. What's up, Jim? From Vancouver, Canada.
Hi.
That's a little fire.
Let's see. Smoking at the gas station. Yes.
Yeah.
Tony,
Wait from me.
do you follow Factory 5 Racing Kit set cars? The Model 33 looks great.
I have, yeah, you know, I don't follow them, but yeah, I'm aware of them, and they've got some really neat stuff.
Let's see. What's up, Odin? How hard is it for Tony to not go help that guy?
Extremely hard. Extremely hard. And I would have gone over there, except Buffalo Campo made me self-conscious. You made me self-conscious.
Sorry.
Jeremy Tidd sent you $10. He says,
Thank you, Jeremy.
great way to end the weekend. Thank you, Uncle Kathy and Uncle Tony. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's $10 towards the 2 sets of sticks I got to buy.
There you go. Nick says it must be cool there, over 100 here. Yeah, it's beautiful tonight.
Yeah. It's been unseasonably cool. Usually June, the middle of June now is like a oven, right, in the middle of Tennessee. And this last couple of days, it's been gorgeous.
Well,
Yeah.
the humidity hasn't been real high.
Nothing, yeah.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Let's see. Anybody out there? Oh no, you're not talking to me. One question: LS swap or 455 in my 442?
In your 442, bro, I honestly, right, like I would be compelled to build an Olds. You know, I would just have to. You know, so I would vote against either. If that's your choice, you know, one or the other, I would go with the 454 only because it fits the era of the car. The LS has a lot going for it too. But if it was up to me, if it was my car, I wouldn't consider anything but an Oldsmobile for it. Those more, you could do a pop with those damn things.
Ricky's 55 says hello from London.
I present in the UK.
Yeah. Thank you, Fubar. The Mopar Barn says hello from Montana.
What's going on, Mopar Barn? We got the den, we got the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Count Yorga, have you ever checked out the old Australian Chrysler Charge, a straight 6 Hemi?
I have not. They imported, I think they imported, if I remember the figures correctly, I think they imported 0 of those. You know, like none. 0 of those cars. So yeah, I haven't come across too many of them yet.
Okay, Ati, I got it. Let's see.
I got online and read about it.
Yeah,
But we
I've read
can't
about
get,
them.
but we can't get them.
I've read about them.
Have we started the Facebook group for the movie yet? No.
We have not, but I definitely want to do that.
No.
I have scenes all worked out. I know how I want the opening too.
Tim, does an intake manifold leak allow coolant in to a mid-80s Mustang oil?
It could. It very well could. Yeah.
Bada bingo. Uncle Tony, where was the Manhattan garage? I'm calling from New York. I'm calling from Manhattan, New York.
But is there anything? There's still people there?
I don't know. I guess so. There's still people living in Manhattan?
Manhattan Speed was on West Broadway, 212, 213 West Broadway.
What's up, Hellfish? What's up, Joe Balls?
How you feeling, Hellfish?
Let's see. Tony, does the piston rod flip work in a 360 like it does in a 318?
Yep.
Does it work in Magnum engines like it does in LA engines?
Yes, absolutely. If you saw the Daily Driver build that we did, the 360 that's in our Swinger, yeah, the piston's reversed on that too. You'd have to drive that car to really understand. Like I can't explain to you how like just effortless that thing works. It's just the perfect combination. If you're building a Daily Driver and you're doing it like, you know, like along the lines of what we had, you know what I mean? It's not a street strip car, it's a Daily Driver, you know. performance, economy, comfort, the whole 10 yards. Follow that recipe to a T. I am thrilled with the way that thing turned out. It's perfect.
Hi, Joe. He's in Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio.
Oh, what's going on?
What's going on?
Representing Cleveland.
I go there.
Charles F. Drilling out wheel stud holes for oversized studs. Regular handheld drill, okay?
If you're careful, yeah.
Let's see. Hang on. Tony should totally do a Dart EV conversion.
Oh, right away.
No?
You know, no, wait. I do have some ideas. And this is like way before the whole electric car thing and the hybrid thing started going. I was inspired by the turbonic drag axle, right? And my idea, and this is going back, I guess, 30 years, maybe 40 years ago, was I wanted to take an electric motor and put a bank of capacitors in the trunk of the car. And at the hit, unleash the capacitors into the electric motor and let that jack the car off the start line, get your first 10 or 15 feet off of that, and then take motor from there. But I mean, yeah, I got nothing against EVs. I just, the whole thing about, oh, they're going to take over, and that's bullshit. That's ludicrous. But I have nothing against EVs. You know what I mean?
Horatio Hooligan says, I was going to buy a newer Hemi Challenger,
Okay.
but then I saw your camshaft problem video. I don't know if I could live knowing there's a time bomb under the hood.
That's exactly how I feel about it, to be honest with you, right? Like, I know that if it doesn't idle for very long periods of time, and I know it'll probably be okay, right? But there are times, I mean, you know, you're just stuck in traffic, you know, and you're idling along for 20 minutes, a half hour, or longer sometimes. Sometimes the protesters block the fucking road, and there you are sitting there waiting for, you know, the chaos to subside, and your camshaft is melting, right? It's like, I can't handle that. So yeah, I'll stick with my earlier motors.
Dave DeLuca says, I'm not a mechanic by any means, but want a classic daily driver. What would you suggest? 65 Mustangs, 70 Plymouth Duster, or a 68 Chevelle?
If you're not a mechanic of any sort, I would go with the Chevelle. The Mustang is the Mopar. If you're not hands-on, the Mopar can be a bit much. And kind of the same with the Ford. The Chevy is more relatable to more people, to more parts available for it. It'll be easier to get questions answered. You know, there's some incredibly good Chevelle forums out there, which I actually spend a lot of time on, because those guys are sharp. So if you're not a mechanic, mechanically inclined, I would say go with the Chevy.
Okay. Uncle Kathy's still sick. Uncle Kathy has allergies. Uncle Kathy is always like this. I'm always like this, guys.
That's true.
I always have like a back drip and a cough. I'm allergic to Tennessee. I'm allergic to everything.
But Buff Del Campo is incredibly healthy. I don't know if you've noticed this or not.
Yeah. I'm very healthy. I just have allergies.
Just old. But yeah, I'm lucky.
Extremely healthy.
John says, hey guys, good evening from Niagara Falls.
Ah, what's going on?
I love Niagara Falls.
Do you?
Yeah.
You want to go over it?
Yeah, can we go?
I'm not going.
You get on those boats and you get those boats
Can I
and go
go?
under it.
Yeah, I'll make you a thing.
You think
We'll
you
seal you
think?
in there and send you. You know?
I'll go. I'll do it.
Well, there you go.
I'm not afraid of stuff like that. Oh, Mopar 10 sent $24.99 to send me over the falls. No.
Thank you, Mopar.
He says for the channel. Also, I'll be at Carlisle for the Chrysler weekend, and it looks like Mrs. Mopar Den will be joining me. Very nice.
Very nice.
Awesome. Uncle Kathy, check out Dr. X food grade diatomaceous earth. Yeah, I use that for the chickens, actually. Am I supposed to eat that too? Uncle Kathy's allergic to UT being clean.
Only one of them is definitely a rooster.
Oh.
We've discovered this week that one of our Australorps is a rooster.
Yeah,
So
we don't know what we're
we're
going
on
to
the
do.
fence about this. What's going to happen? You know,
He crows like, it sounds like a goat. It's very low though.
He's doing his goat impersonation.
Right.
Yeah.
Legit Delirium says, hey Tony, I'm building an off-road rig. It's an 85 F-150,
Okay.
300 i6,
Okay.
4x4 4-speed. I was wondering if I should use a carb or Holley EFI. Gonna see extreme incline. Will a carb run lean?
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the few places where like it's indisputable that EFI has a distinct advantage. Only because when you start getting into weird angles, fuel is going to start sloshing around inside the bowl of the carburetor. There's just nothing you're going to do about it. You're going to get fat spots. So, yeah, for an off-road rig, especially one that you're going to be like really active with, EFI is definitely the way to go with something like that. You know, that's not to say, right? Street car, whatever. I would never consider converting to EFI. If EFI is already there, work with it. But for an off-road thing, it's one of the few applications. And the same thing with the Quadrajet. The Quadrajet is like the perfect off-road carburetor because it's got that centralized flow bowl. But
You might have to speak up a little bit. There's a lot of background noise.
there's a lot of background noise.
Yeah, and you're far from me.
You're far away.
You want to move closer?
Let's all get closer.
Yeah, move a little closer.
Yeah, because I can't hear.
What's up, Zero?
Going on, Zero.
Your brother says if I go to Niagara Falls, you starve to death. You can use the microwave.
Yeah, I learned how to use the microwave. I know how to push 1 and 2.
Now you're out of the shot, Buff.
Oh, Buff, you gotta be in the
Yeah, but
shot.
then I'm
Come on.
like, it's male to male thing.
Yeah, not too close.
Inch by inch, Olive.
Not too close.
Let's see. That's too close.
This is-
Yeah.
Our chairs are touching, Buff. Our chairs are touching.
Just a minute. This is a mess.
I can't get any close. I'm already in the bumper of the
I go
truck.
like this, and I'm at an angle. But
All right.
maybe I'll be at an angle.
There you go. You look good on it.
All right, you're kind of in there now.
Ah, yeah, this is
That is nice.
different.
Does
Yeah.
UT only have one pair of pants? No. He has multiple. He
They're all
just
looking
destroys
tight.
them.
I made my
He
pants all
destroys
look the same.
them. No problem. Thank you, Tim.
I used to work in shops. They all look the same.
I crawl around like an animal all day. and
He
this is-
does,
this
yeah.
This is the result.
You know what happens when you have clean clothes? The very first thing you have to do at the beginning of the day is crawl under the car.
That's the truth.
And something runs in your face.
That's the
And
absolute
then,
truth.
then it just runs down.
Or you get cleaned up. You're like, and you leave the house. Like, I'm feeling so fucking clean, man, right? And within 10 minutes, you're gonna bust a radiator hose.
It's always brake fluid or coolant.
right, always, yeah.
Tony, what's your outlook on Holly Sniper or Phytech?
Not my thing. Like I said, in certain applications like off-road, extreme off-road, they work great. There's no way anybody can convince me that they have enough of an advantage over a well-tuned, well-sorted carburetor to make me go along with the hype. You know, I've been doing carburetors for too long. I know how they work. There's just no way.
Ramberto says, out of the 440 or 400 or 383, what is the best one to stroke?
Well, I mean, the 400 obviously gives you the biggest bore. The 383's got a relatively small bore at 4¼ inches. You can call that a small bore. But the 400 is 4.3400. That's a hefty. That's a nice size cylinder. So if you're gonna stroke one, go with the 400. And use the short rod. Don't use the long 440 rod. Use the short 383 400 rod.
Okay, Crispy wants to know any advice for building a tired old 77 Ford 400 modified.
Nothing in particular. I nothing in my mind stands out. Maybe somebody who's well versed in those engines can jump in there and say, well, this is an issue, that's an issue. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. They're good motors though.
Lucas wants to know, do you worry much about mains alignment or just look at bearings and check crank movement?
That's it. There are times to have a block line board, but yeah, if you've taken, here's the thing, if you've taken the motor apart, okay, you may want to check the line board if you buy a block that you don't know the history of, or one that's been obviously raced, abused, modified, or whatever. Then yeah, you want to scrutinize that stuff. But if you've actually taken the engine apart yourself, and you can see that all of the main bearings are relatively even as far as their no like areas that they're obviously scuffed or worn, then I wouldn't even worry about it. And you can check it with a straight edge. Take like an aluminum yardstick or a steel yardstick, right? and just lay it in there, and you can see, you know what I mean, whether it's going to need to be line board or not. You know, anything, you take anything more than, let's say, a thousandth of an inch, and you're going to have a line board. But I mean, just lay it. I mean, that's what I do. You get a block, lay a straight edge in there, you know, and just check the surface of the mains. You should be fine.
Austin wants to know suggestions on getting rusty exhaust manifold off a 318.
Okay, I'm assuming you're saying that the bolts are rusted. Those are small bolts. Generally speaking, you can take a 12 millimeter 12 point and tap it onto the head of that bolt. But just just go easy, you know, break them, you know, like you know, not, you know, you got to kind of, you know, play like you're a small impact gun, you know, and then it'll go. But generally speaking, on those bolts, when they wear like that, 12 millimeter 12 point socket, bang it on there, and you should be okay.
Legit Delirium says part 2 of the off-roading carb question.
Ah.
Will a Holly Sniper TBI setup do the same thing as a carb on inclines?
The throttle body has the fuel injection has an advantage on steep inclines, steep, you know, like you know, what do you call it when things on its side, right? Why are you laughing?
No, sorry.
It's on its side.
It's cute.
Yeah. What would you call it when something's on
Well,
its
I'm
side?
an airplane guy, so that's roll.
Roll. There you go. See, this is why we pay him the big bucks. You know, that and his health.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question.
No, Tony has a tan. Tony gets tan really fast. It's not just dirt.
Yeah. I'm actually off-white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tony, what would you do to a 64 Chrysler Saratoga 300 two-door?
Drive it.
Right? That's the first
Yeah,
thing
just
came
drive it.
Drive it. What are you gonna do? Those are great cars.
Yeah, I love this.
What's your thoughts on a deadhead fuel system versus return setup?
Depends on the volume.
Speak up.
Depends on the volume of fuel that you're looking for. A multiple carburetor setup, let's say like a pair of Dominators, no question about it. A return setup is the way to go. But for a typical street deal, even with something as small as like a Holly Blue Pump, no, deadheading it is just fine. Deadheading it is just fine. They're just when you get to the point that you're flowing that much liquid through a motor, you'll know it's time to go to a return loop.
Thank you, Dalton. What's up, Rude Mopar dude?
I got a question about that. What do you do on the return? Did you have a smaller line, or is there a pill or something in there? Or?
You would use like the same as on a mechanical fuel injection
With a
setup.
pill.
You would use a jet.
Okay.
A pill, right.
Okay.
And a jet.
All right.
You could use it. Or actually, no.
But you got to have pressure there.
Yeah.
But
well,
you want to get rid of a lot of it.
You would use a pill for that, but you
Okay.
could also put a jet in it if you really wanted to fine tune it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But that's, I mean, you're starting to get into like now you're getting into crazy fuel systems that none of us are ever going to do.
Okay.
Ted Kaczynski wants to know, do you still have perfect vision? The joy disappears in doing automotive work when the eyes go.
You know, okay, seriously, right? I just had this conversation this morning, right? I had perfect vision up until I was like, it's like your 40th birthday is when things start to think, right? Am I right?
Every pilot says you'll be fine until you're 41, and when
Right.
you're 41, it all goes to hell. That's
Okay,
right.
that's the truth.
Exactly.
I noticed when I turned 40, right? I'm 58 now, right? I noticed when I turned 40 that I was starting to get sloppy, right? Like I was overlooking a lot of things. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Things just weren't, right? And I started to avoid like reading things, but I never realized what was going on. Yeah, until finally, like it dawned on me after like a year of like, you know, what's happening here. I tried on a pair of reading glasses, and all of a sudden, holy shit, right? And like all my precision came back. You know, I looked forward to reading things again. So we just talked about that today. So as far as my vision goes, I use reading glasses whenever I'm working on anything intricate, small, or I'm inspecting for cracks or wear or anything like that, I'll always wear reading glasses. But anything more than, let's say, 8 feet away, 10 feet away, yeah, my vision is still perfect.
Will Robertson says 170 or 225. 4-speed slant for a daily driver. Those 170s wind higher or try use low end torque of 225.
I have a 170 in my 64 Dart, and I love the engine. It's such a sweet, well-running thing. It's definitely happier than the 225. It's a freer living motor, and if you ever take the two of them apart, you look at the 170, and it's like a jewel. It's a jewel. But I mean, that said, for a daily driver, flipping a coin, relatively heavy car, like over like 3,400 pounds, 3,400 pounds, probably better off with the 225. But I do love the 170.
Let's see. What are your thoughts on how NHRA has changed over the years?
NHRA destroyed drag racing. And they did it at the time that the Winston money came in, back in 72, 73. I have nothing good to say about the NHRA. I have no good thoughts to say about the NHRA. I despise the NHRA. There aren't any words for how I loathe the NHRA.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Manny wants to know how you get better gas mileage out of a 383 stroker.
Well, I mean, that's the broadest question in the world. I mean, it doesn't matter what the actual engine is. It's a balance of the combination, I can't. I wish I could answer that for you.
You just did a video on vacuum gauge.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep the vacuum.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's driving.
But he's saying, well, it's just okay. Stroke, right? But I mean,
Yeah.
what cam is in it? What head's in
Oh,
it?
yeah.
What intake is in it? What's the gears? What's the converter? What's the car weight? What's the tire size? I mean, there's so many different,
Yep.
Anthony Muro wants to know about the IHRA. What about them?
They're really kind of non-existent. We raced IHRA Top Fuel for, I don't know, I guess it was about 6 years, 5 or 6 years. And I mean, it was okay. Back then it was like the little sister to the NHRA. I think the IHRA was a viable thing until Billy Meyer came in back in 88. Was it 87, 88, whatever it was. And he just eliminated all the classes, turned it into just bracket racing and Top Fuel. And that was, I think that was the beginning of the end of the IHRA as a viable entity. And ever since then, they've just been morphing from one, format to another and never really finding a home.
How do you feel about the Petronix electric distributor conversions? Reliable or just stick with the Mopar electric stuff?
I mean, I've seen people use them with good success, but I've also seen them shit the bed, like for no apparent reason. So I can't say anything bad about them. Me, myself, I like to stick with factory parts, only because when there is an issue, it's much easier to troubleshoot, diagnose, and get the parts.
Let's see. What are the simplest ways to get more power from a two-stroke?
From a two-stroke?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you starting with? Is it a reed valve motor? Do you have an expansion chamber on it? I mean, two-stroke performance is its own science. There's a lot to it. Poor timing and all of that. Without knowing what you're working on, I couldn't really give you.
Lionheart wants to know, did they ever put a Chrysler engine in an airplane like they did a boat?
Buff Del Campo knows all things aviation.
Man, Chrysler. I've seen automotive engines. I can't remember
Didn't
the
the light
Chrysler
come in
problem.
use?
Huh?
Didn't the light come in use? Chrysler?
I've seen one of the best ones I've seen is BMW V12 because it's like two 6-cylinder engines. And if something takes a dump on one side, you got half an engine to get you home. Mostly automotive. There's an airplane I worked on up north for many years. Is a replica of a P-51 Mustang, 3/4 scale. 2 people in it, and guys are putting LS Chevys in it. And they run a gearbox on it. That thing is a real performer. What else automotive? Honda Civics. That's really where I got my start. Was working for a guy that did Honda Civics. I don't know. There's all kind of controversy about it. Because an airplane engine, most of them run at low RPM, big bore, slow turning propeller. Start running an automotive engine, you got to crank it up, gearbox.
Yeah, it's
And
all
most
different.
airplane engines need all the power all the time. And an automotive engine, yeah, I mean, they're not meant to run wide open for 4 hours. So I don't know, a lot of controversy. Haven't seen a Chrysler. Yeah, I can't think of it.
Google Explorers wants to know, Tony, what's your thoughts on performance diesels?
I'm not a diesel guy. I like watching diesels. I go to, if I'm at the track and people are running diesels, I get the biggest kick out of it, But I'm not a diesel guy myself. I'm closer to steam than I am to diesel.
Are we going to the Chrysler nuts?
Probably not.
We're probably not
Probably
going.
not, no.
Probably not going, Rude Wilbur, dude.
We have too many things here that are unfinished. We have too many loose ends, and the resources, the time that it would take to run up to Chrysler to Carlisle to do that would be better spent here getting the projects and whatnot that we have run through.
Yeah, we got to paint some stuff.
We got to paint stuff. We got to bring shit to the track. We got all kinds of things
Yeah.
to do.
Golden Axle, what's up?
What's happening, brother man?
He says, I saw a 66 Belvedere with a 426 topped by a cross ram. 426 wedge was not a Hemi.
Yeah, it could have been a
yeah.
wedge. Yeah, it could have been a max wedge.
Let's see. Top ring gap on my 340 board 40 over is 10 thousandths too big. Is that okay? Please help.
When you say 10,000 is too big, the stock ring gap on that is 18,000, so you have 28,000. No, that's all right. It'll be fine.
He says it's okay. What would you say Bottle Rocket does 0 to 60? Just your guess. Going to bed. It's 2 a.m. now. Good night from England.
Good night, brother man.
Good night.
What would I say it is 0 to 60? Pretty damn fast. I got to tell you, the car's a lot faster than I thought it would be. The car's a lot faster than it has any right to be. I just don't have any numbers yet.
Let's see. Your living room looks different. Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
we
turned
knocked
it into
the
a
wall
gas
out,
station.
Yeah, and moved over to a gas station.
Yeah, masonry. Nice floor.
Let's see.
Now, if any of you guys watching this are in the general Nashville area, we're out here every Sunday night, 7 o'clock. And we're at the racetrack.
Well, we were a little late tonight.
We were a little late tonight.
Yeah.
But that's okay. They don't care.
Okay.
They don't care. So, did you care?
No.
No. See? So we're right off of exit 80 on I-24 in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and we're at the racetrack gas station. So if you get off that exit and you just, I'm looking at the exit right there. Look, show where the exit is. See, there's the exit.
Very, very close.
Right. Just look for the big yellow truck. If you see the truck, we're here.
Big yellow truck. Okay, T&J Performance of South Florida. 88 Mustang, 5-liter automatic. What would make the trans shift points too soon and not always downshift into first when stopped?
Well, the downshifting is a governor hanging. You got internal problems, man. You break it down.
Best head for 2002 Dodge Magnum truck daily driver. Are you stuck on that?
I'm trying to think of something that would be, for a daily driver, I'm trying to think of something that would be better than the stock Magnum head, and I can't think of anything. I would say take the heads that you have and give them just some basic cleanup porting. Just clean up the bowl, clean up the exhaust ports. Every one of those heads that I've ever come across have a very pronounced ridge on the exhaust port. Clean that up, clean up the roof of the exhaust, and just bolt it back together again. It's very hard to beat those heads. They're excellent heads.
Pawn Surprises says I need a new carb for my 66 GMC 250 i6. What should I get?
I do not know. If it's stock, if it's a stock engine and you just driving this truck, I would just get a rebuild of whatever was on there.
One barrel carburetor.
One barrel carburetor.
Are you gonna be at the Holly Hot Rod reunion?
I may go for a couple hours.
Okay. Let's see. What's up, Dickie Farley?
Dickie Farley.
Yep. Let's see. Thomas says, is the Chrysler Pentastar V6 a good engine? Any things to watch for?
I do not know. I don't know those engines. That's a question you want to ask on one of the forums. I don't have enough experience with one of those engines to give you an educated answer.
Oh, the picture looks good tonight? Awesome.
Nice.
672 Galaxy.
Who did that for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm falling behind here.
Buff, you want to help her out?
Want me to do this? Oh,
Huh?
here we go. The hard job.
The hard job.
Give Uncle Kathy a break for a minute.
Put Ed McMahon in
Let's check two.
the camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can do it for a few
Well, I
minutes?
think I can.
Okay, I'm
I mean,
going to run
this is
inside for a few minutes.
You're
What
gonna
am I?
inside.
What am I? Oh, you got battery.
Yeah, I got it.
And then you're going to come back?
Yeah, I'm gonna come
Promise?
Oh, I see.
That's
You
all.
got it.
I promise.
You sure it's got all holes in the back.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Look like you were attacked by a bear.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably the dog probably got it.
All right.
Tony, go back in time. This is from. Here's the eyes. Ramberto, I think.
Okay.
Tony, if you could go back in time and buy any Mopar from the showroom, what's the car and options and features you'd buy?
If I could buy any car new from the showroom, it would probably be a 66 Hemi Belvedere sedan, a Belvedere 1. And it would have no options. It would just the Hemi, an automatic, and that's it.
And it's somebody said Dakota says Superbird. Let's see here. Mopar Mitch, I have 200,000 on a Pentastar V6, no problems. Okay. Curtis Bryant,
What's up, Curtis?
it's a 400-pound paperweight. I wonder what he's talking about there. Okay. About to start. This is Dakota. About to start more body work on my Trans Am. It's already disassembled. I'm gonna have to replace the roof and do some work on the fenders and some of the quarters. These one-word things. Okay.
You made me tired just reading that.
Oh God, I know. I'm having trouble with this. 2 number 9s. Does the vacuum method apply for stock EFI gas mileage measurement?
Yes.
Any mosquitoes down here? No.
Not right now, no.
Not right now.
Zero.
It's beautiful. That's what I'd buy. A Superbird. Tony, you want a Tony, you a wagon type guy?
I love wagons, yeah.
Brothers.
That's why I like my '67 Charger so much because it's as close to a wagon as you can get.
Oh, yeah, it almost is a wagon.
Yeah.
Okay. Any chance I could change up some things on a 225 Turbo Slant 6 to run on diesel fuel?
No.
Oh, man.
No.
What are your thoughts on the 2018 Charger RT?
I'm really not into them. They're not my cup of tea. I got nothing bad to say about them. You know, there's people out there doing great things with them, and they love them, and you know, they're just not my particular cup of tea.
Filthy Rich, where can I find a 66 Dodge Charger parts by you? Where can find 66 Dodge parts by you? I'm looking for original quarter panels, fair price for all this, lots of stuff here. Buff, if you read that a little slower, you sound like Stephen Hawking. Oh no, I don't want to sound like it's just this is the old eye problem. How's your garage door?
Oh, it's fine.
The vacuum isn't controlling the fuel.
The vacuum isn't controlling the fuel, but the principle works the same.
Deleted if I got Uncle Tony, would you ever consider doing a video on a Chrysler A57 multi bank engine. Would you love to hear? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
You talk about the four bank, the tank motor. I mean, I don't really have the occasion to come across anything like that. But if I did, yeah, I would definitely do a video on it.
78 360L engine intake. Can you use a composite gasket versus factory tin gasket?
You can. I've had situations where manifold didn't quite fit the way it was supposed to. You know, it was a little bit sloppy, and you could feel it being pulled down with the tin gaskets. And I have used composite gaskets and not had any problems. So yeah, in fact, I've got a set of composite gaskets just hanging on the wall for the day that I've got to put an engine together and that manifold doesn't sit just quite right.
From Motor Swaps. Hey guys, how much lighter can a piston be than the stock piston before rebalancing? I trust Tony's opinion, and I'm stuck for advice.
Okay, piston weight is the least, and I'm not a machinist, so I'm not a balancer, but I can tell you this: piston weight is the least, is the smallest factor in bottom end assembly. The big end of the rod, right, is the most important factor. The small end of the rod and the pin is the second most important factor, and the piston itself is the third most important factor. And guys, of course, you got to realize the piston is not actually running with the crank. It's not going in a circular motion. It's going in a linear motion. So its weight doesn't have the same effect on the reciprocating assembly as the big end of the rod does. That said, if you go into a lighter piston, it's almost never necessary to rebalance. If you're going to a heavier piston, then it's probably a good idea to rebalance.
Baron, $5.
Thank you, Baron.
Tony, where's my shirts? My thick stripper girlfriend loves you.
I sent the shirts to your thick stripper girlfriend, and God only knows what she's done with them. God only knows what she's done with them.
Let's see, 60, what is it? 672E Galaxy.
Yeah.
Looks like a pleasant evening there.
It's gorgeous
It's
out.
perfect.
It really is. It's perfect night.
Let's see. Baron, my 75 Monte Carlo is running great.
Nice.
Ramberto, what's the name of the strip near you guys?
We have a few. We have Buffalo Valley, which is the one that I prefer. We have Music City, which is a great track, but getting to it is a colossal pain in the ass because it's directly through Nashville to get to there from where I am. So it's just such a pain in the ass that I kind of like wrote it off. But it is a great track. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything bad about Music City Raceway. It's a great track. Just a real pain in the ass for us to get to it the way it was situated. We've got Huntsville about 100 miles south of us. We got Bowling Green about 100 miles north of us. We got Jackson about 100 miles west of us. We got Crossville 100 miles to the east of us. We got a lot of tracks around here. Clarksville is about 75 miles north of us. We got a lot of tracks. We're lucky. We got a lot of tracks here.
It's from James. What are your thoughts on people blacking out and painting chrome? I can't stand it. I think it makes older cars look silly.
Yeah, I think it's silly too. I never got to think about painting grills and blacking on chrome and stuff like that. You know, it looks childish to me.
What made you want to get into Mopars over Ford or Chevrolet? What is the first car, long time? Was it your first car or long time interest in?
No, I've just been Mopar ever since I was a baby. And I was just always drawn to the Chrysler products. There's something about them that spoke to me when I was a kid. Might have been the advertising, I don't know. Something got in there and got with my brain.
Diving Duck, 84-318 uses oil but not much smoke. How do you know when it's time for an overhaul?
When it uses oil. It's an 84. I'm assuming you're running it through a cat, and that'll eliminate a lot of the smoke. So I would just say she's probably worn out. Give it a compression test. See what you got.
I'm trying to find good questions here. Why don't diesels rev above 5K? They break above 5K, or you can't run it faster than 5K.
You can run them at high RPM, but the diesel is a torque motor. You know, they make their best. The diesel is like a steam locomotive or an electric motor. They make their best torque at the lower the RPM, the more torque they make. And that's because the diesel is a load-sensitive motor. So the harder you load it, the more power it makes. It's that simple. And that loading is more pronounced at lower RPM.
Baron, $10 more.
Thank you,
I
Baron.
can't wait to move to Murfreesboro, Tennessee in the spring of 21.
Oh, I can't wait.
We are going to be the best neighbors.
Oh, yeah. Uncle Kathy, what are you doing up there? You're hiding from everybody. Uncle Kathy's hiding from everybody.
What was your very first thought the first time you saw a wing car?
What was my what?
Your first thought the first time you saw a wing car. Does he mean like a sprint car?
No, it's something like a Daytona or a Superbird.
Oh, that kind of wing car. Okay, yeah, we're Chrysler. Yeah, that's right.
First time I saw one, I was like 7. So I don't know. It didn't really register to me. I mean, it was there. You know, it was like, it wasn't my thing. You know what I mean? I like less. What's what I'm looking for? I like more low key kind of cars.
That's it. No more questions. What happened? I guess I could scroll back a little. What was your very first car? I think we all know what that is. Okay. Popeye, Tony, brother man, any tips or tricks to beat the muscle car price of admission? What should the savvy buyer have in his box of tricks besides knowing of what buying? Huh.
Man.
It's just.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta always be on the hunt. You gotta always be on the hunt. The deals do pop up, you know, but it's like you snooze, you lose. It's a very competitive environment out there. So, I mean, there's nothing particularly in the bag of tricks other than if you're on the hunt, you have to be like on the hunt. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you snooze, you lose. You got to have your cash, and you got to be ready to pull the trigger. And I mean, that's it with everything, honestly.
Ask Tony, is it worth using synthetic motor oil when completely rebuilding an engine, or just go with regular?
It depends on the engine. If it's an older design engine, meaning it's got like cork gaskets, rope seals, or anything like that, then definitely don't go with the synthetic. The synthetic will force a leak on engines that normally wouldn't leak. But I mean, it's flip a coin. It's 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Baron, $5 more.
Thank you, Baron.
He says, shout out. Maybe that shout out to John Wilbur and Uncle Kathy. Uncle Tony, you're the father I've never had.
How do you know you never had me, though?
Data usage warning.
Yeah, I'm using on my data. All right,
Here.
can we take over?
Yeah, I need to take a walk.
Okay.
Here's your
walk.
Here's your power. Yeah. Let's take a break.
You gotta take a break.
Yeah.
Uncle Kathy.
You want the details?
No, you don't.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Ow.
We gotta up the data plan.
My device is charging slowly. Okay.
Welcome back, Uncle Kathy.
Oh, it's good
You're
to
much
be
prettier
here.
than Buff Del Campo.
Oh, I
Yes.
hope so. Thank you. Seafoam is great. What's seafoam?
It's an additive.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the color.
No. And the color.
And the color. Let's see. Charge is not really working. Okay. It's charging slowly, it says. Chevy Mustang says, I have an 05 Mustang that's been sitting in the yard for 3 years. What are the first 5 things I need to do to the car? First 5 things.
flush the fuel system.
Does it roll? Maybe you should be able to roll it.
Yeah.
Put tires on it. What?
You know the answers.
I
Uncle
do.
Kathy's got all the answers. Listen to Uncle Kathy.
Go ahead, finish.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah. Dump oil, dump the antifreeze starts to turn after a while. I would definitely get the antifreeze out of it. Just basically change the liquids, man. Throw some fresh liquids in there, and then give it a crank and see what happens.
Thank you, Baron. Uncle Tony, what spark plug gap is good for a 7,000 RPM small block Chevy with 40,000 volt coil and a 10-to-1 compression ratio?
30 to 35,000 is probably about perfect.
Let's see. Wow, we're really behind here. Okay, hang on.
Well, that's because Buffalo Campo was doing it. He doesn't have the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not you. But then who is?
Who is me?
Nobody.
I'm me. Let's see. What do you recommend for new cam in a country where we only have crappy Chinese imports? Elmer Turfy wants to know.
He's in Turkey?
No, Elmer Turfy. I don't know if he's in Turkey. He could be. He's not saying where he is.
You've only got cheap Chinese cams. Good luck with that.
Of course.
I would say I would contact a reputable manufacturer here in the States. It's going to cost you, it's a lot cheaper than having to tear the motor apart again and dig out all of the dead cam material, which I've had to do a couple of times. Yeah, go for the money and import something of quality.
Whose birthday is it? It's Kyle's birthday?
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Happy birthday, Kyle. Thank you, Beaumont resident. You're awesome too.
It's gorgeous out.
It's nice. How is Crystal? She's good. She's
Uncle
extremely
Crystal's great.
busy, but she's very good. Thank you, Standing Foot. Let's see. The giggler is back. I do giggle. I'm a happy person. Let's see. Tony, any particular reason you don't have AMCs or Imperials?
I keep my fleet very narrowly focused to certain bodies and years so that I have great interchangeability of parts. So that's why I keep my own personal fleet is 1960s, 1970s A bodies and B bodies, because I have big stock of parts for those cars. I know where to source what I need for those cars, and I keep my fleet focused right there, and I have no intention of ever changing that. I'm almost dead, so I'm going to keep it like that for the remainder.
Those parts are hard to find for those cars.
Except when you're in it. When you're in it, and you
Even then.
Yeah. But anyway, I that's why I keep my fleet as tight as it is, because I have the parts for them. I know where to get the parts, and I can just keep going along without having to go crazy trying to find stuff or.
Thank you, Baron. Yeah, I sent you that email, and I haven't gotten back into my emails yet, but they're going out tomorrow. We got very, very behind with stuff. You're spreading the word about Uncle Tony here in liberal California. And
Nice.
he needs the shirts to ship out, okay? It's been crazy here.
Buffalo Campo returns.
Buff returns.
Yes.
Let's see. Deep Junk Garage says, big fans of Uncle Tony in Ohio.
Thank you.
Frank says, any thoughts on Hughes Engines Edelbrock intake for a Magnum 5.9? Thinking of running one on my 1998 Ram 1500 4x4, looking to increase low-end torque and horsepower.
Which manifold is it? The Hughes.
Hughes Engines Edelbrock intake for the Magnum 5.9.
I'm not familiar with it. I'm trying to think what. I'm trying to remember what that manifold is, because it's the LA manifold but drilled for the Magnum exhaust or intake bolts. And I can't off the top of my head remember which manifold it is. It's probably an offshoot of the Performer, or is it an air gap manifold? If it's the air gap manifold, yeah, they work really well. Got to use an electric choke with that. But
Michael Elagio says, I have the RIP Coil Packs Dodge Challenger SXT. Will it make a loan condition?
Huh?
Huh? A loan condition.
A loan condition?
I don't know. What is that?
I have no idea.
I don't know. We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't have the answer, Michael.
No. Well,
Sorry,
you have the answer.
Michael.
I don't even know what that is.
Jody Wells sent you $2. Bottle Rocket Rules. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jody. Oh, it's talking about politics.
Okay.
I
Okay.
skipped over those.
Did you?
That's okay. They can talk about it. Cordell, see
I
if
come in
you
here
can
for
get.
the alcohol.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to get away from. See if you can get Kiwi for an evening chat. Would love to know how he got to where he is. That would be very
Be a
cool.
great idea.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great idea. Let's see if we can get him together. Let's see if we get together with him next Sunday, Buff. You don't mind that, do you?
Okay.
We bring Kiwi in also. All right.
There's supposed to be a group of us here,
I know.
and
I
I'm
know.
it. What happened? What happened to all these people?
Yeah.
They should be here. Ohio, it's not that far away. It's 600 miles.
James Fife says, Uncle Tony, you the real deal.
I've been called worse.
Oh, you definitely have.
Who's it coming here?
What do t-shirts look like? They're actually very nice.
They're black.
They're black with white lettering. And they're very nice t-shirts.
There is similar black to this.
Yeah, with white lettering.
With similar lettering, white to that.
Right.
Yeah.
You can go look at them on UncleTony'sGarage.com.
They
They're in the store on the
each
website.
of our shirts, in addition to being black, has an opening for the neck and one each for each
arm. I know.
So
They're
they'll
pretty
fit-
spectacular.
It's they're like a universal design, is what I'm saying.
We had some problems with some sizes going out late, but we've got everything under control now. It's
Also,
been crazy.
Our shirts all install from the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't put them on.
You
You
put them
don't step
over
into
the
them.
top,
Right.
As opposed to having to pull them up from underneath. So it's, they work really well. We've scienced them out.
Can I say something about the
Sure.
shirts?
Yes.
I had one of those shirts on last week,
Really?
and I have a problem with shirts being not long enough because I'm tall body
Right.
kind of guy. And those shirts are long enough.
That's
we
awesome.
designed them
Good.
specifically
They're
for
good.
you long body guys.
They are good. They're not a short
No.
shirt
Yes.
where your belly button shows. I
No.
don't
No.
like those.
Baron sent you another $5. Shout out to everyone who supports Uncle Tony in the chat. Thank you, Baron.
Thank
we
you, Baron.
appreciate it. Zero says, wearing my UTG shirt now. Just to win fights. I fear no man.
This is what happens. This is what happens. There
No.
is a feeling of invincibility whenever you wear any UTG apparel or.
Is that how it works?
Oh yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
And I couldn't find my hat tonight. I don't know
You
what
can't find your hat.
I set it down.
I don't think we have
Oh,
any-
yeah, I don't have any in the van.
Oh, I'll find it. As soon as I get home tonight, it'll be right there.
I'm a fighter though.
Did I finish that painting? No, Lionheart. I don't have time to do anything except this video stuff. Let's see. Tony, you a fan of Gail Banks, or does he take the fun away over scrutinizing results?
I've always admired Gail Banks, and I learned a lot reading. Does he over scrutinize? Yeah, probably. But you know what? When you've got a thinker at that level, that's what they'll do. They'll micro, pinpoint things, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just part of that engineering mindset.
Willis Cadaver wants to know, if you're a day drinking, are you a cold beer or whiskey guy?
If you're day drinking, if you're ever drinking.
Tony doesn't drink.
I don't drink.
Like, at all.
When I do, it's a high gravity beer or two. And,
It's very rarely,
very,
like
very
once every
rarely.
6 months maybe, or once a year.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've had a beer since the beginning of this year.
No.
I saw you drink a beer once.
Yeah.
Once.
Once. Usually, sometimes in the winter, like if in the winter more than the summer, like if we're
Yeah.
eating certain types of foods, then we'll have like a glass of
Yeah.
wine or. But that's it. Good night, old cronies garage.
I'm too busy doing things to be drinking. You
Yeah,
can't-
no, there's no drink.
Alcohol and turning wrenches do not go together.
It's a
ever.
very bad thing.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Baron sent another
17,
$5.
reverse polarity. Because of beer.
Baron sent another $5. He says, Wendy's lives matter. Wendy's didn't do anything to anybody. I love their coffee and burgers. Why did they burn it down? I don't know. None of us know, Baron.
Buff knows, but he's not saying.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think Barron's out there near where I used to live. Where's Barron from?
California?
Southern California.
FF sent you $10. Have a good smoke on me,
Thank
Uncle
you.
Tony. Thanks for the great camera work. Thank you. I enjoy your work and appreciate all the tech knowledge.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Tom says, any idea how you'll fix the oiling problem in the 5.7 liter Hemi?
When I get the block back, the block's at the machine shop now. When I get it back, we're going to look at it. I'm thinking about installing a set of squirters along the top of that cam tunnel, but I don't know the clearance between that and the intake manifold. So I really can't look at it until I get the motor back and I can mock it together and see what kind of spaces and relationships we have.
Brandon Fultz says he'll be here next Sunday from Manchester.
Oh, okay, cool.
So if he's coming from Manchester, we can't go to Kiwis.
No, Kiwi would come here.
He would have to come here, yeah.
Where's Manchester?
It's about 30 miles
It's here.
south of us. Yeah.
Jody Will sent you another $2. How much can you bench 1 or 2 small block Chevys?
I could probably bench a small block Chevy.
You think so?
The block? Or the whole
Definitely
thing?
the block.
Yeah, the block.
Yeah.
When
The
he
whole
does.
thing. Ugh.
I don't know the whole thing.
Anthony Muro says when he does, he's Drunkle Tony.
I-
You know what? Tony doesn't get drunk. He just goes to sleep.
That's the truth.
I have never seen him drunk. I'll see him like drink a beer, and then I'll see him sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what he's like when he's drunk. He's asleep. That's how that works.
Well, I haven't really been drinking in a long time.
Right.
Ever since I moved to Tennessee. There were times, I remember we burned down a lumber yard accidentally once. Like that. I've had some drinking times, but just
When you
not-
were very young.
I was like 40.
You were 30.
40s.
Oh.
Oh, lumber yard?
Yeah, burned down a lumber yard.
That's probably a lot of lumber.
Well, we were trying to cook a turkey with 5 gallons of gasoline and burned down a lumber yard.
Okay.
I'll talk
Oh,
about
that's
that.
it. That's
Mopar Den sent $4.99. Thank you,
Mopar.
Mopar Den. What oil will you run in the turbo slant?
I do not know. Probably a Shell Rotella, but I don't know the weight.
Harry wants to know, can you guys please caption or dub Kiwi in the next video? Why? Can't you understand?
We should do that.
We should, though.
And we got to put them upside down. We're all gonna be upside
All right.
it.
Let's see.
down.
But you'd have to give me more time in the video for that.
Yeah, okay.
Get
Yeah.
some maps.
Like, you actually need time
We're
to
on the
edit
phone?
that stuff in. All right.
Oh, gorgeous. Hey, holy shit.
Two Leaves Productions and $2. What size carb is on your motorhome 440?
It's an 800 Edelbrock. It really needs 850 Holly.
Does it?
Yeah.
Lionheart says, I want to buy my daughter a UTG shirt, but it only goes to 4T on your website. She wears a 10 youth. Okay, Lionheart, it's easy. Buy the 4T and just put a note and I'll make it a 10 youth. Tell me what size you want.
What the hell is a 10 youth?
10 youth.
Oh, youth.
Yeah, a youth.
A youth. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I don't have it, like, if it's not on there, I can find it and I can print you one.
She will hand.
I will
you
hand print
the
it.
Shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. But you gotta put a note. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Work hard over.
I work hard every day.
Okay, modern extremist. I'm sorry.
What do you say?
Someone blocked him from their channel, and their name rhymes with Gunnar Outlaw Lodge. I think it was something I said. I'm sorry, moderate
Oh, no.
extremists.
Been banned from that channel. Holy shit. Oh wait, I'm gonna ban him from my truck. Hang on.
Oh, brother. Did I miss something when I
I'm
left?
working on it. I'm
Did
working
I
on
miss
it.
anything?
He won't come off.
Oh, it'll come off. Done, nothing stuck.
Oh no.
We'll,
Taking the fucking paint off.
it's alright, I'll get it. I'll repaint
I got
it.
Here. Come on. Yeah, more questions.
More questions, Uncle Kathy? That's me. What's that you're rolling there? It's cigarettes. It's tobacco.
There we go. Exercised.
With the sticker.
So you're not going to go to Carlisle. We're not going to go to Carlisle.
No.
We have way too much to do.
I got way too many things to
We've
do.
got so much going on. We've got to paint the swinger. We have the paint for the 69 Dart.
We got so much stuff to
I
do.
know.
Yeah, people have been asking about our Slant 6 boat.
Right.
Which is like, I haven't even touched this thing.
I know.
looked at the block day before yesterday. It's got cobwebs all through it. The crank surface rusted. I got to polish out the crank. So it's like, there's so many things we got to catch up on. We tried to run Bottle Rocket last week. We ended up breaking down on the way to the track. We blew out a tire on the
Even
tow
though the
rig.
tire guy said the tire was good.
We blew out a tire on the tow rig, and that shook loose the ignition. So we
Yeah,
were
that was
stuck
fun.
for a good couple hours. So we never got to the track.
Shit, this shit out of the-
There's so many.
The problem
things
is we have a lot of vehicles and they all need tending to.
yeah, seriously.
And there's only two of us. And
Right.
Tony does most of the work. Jody
Oh,
Wells.
You put a little chamfer on the oil holes.
No, not generally. I mean,
Okay.
the Chryslers are already perfect.
They okay.
Yeah.
Jody Wells sent you $10.
Thank you, Jody.
I got a 1988 Isuzu truck, 4ZD1. What does that mean?
Okay.
Okay, 8-valve, 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
192,000 miles. Should I run 30 weight and it's carbureted? 1030 right now?
Are you seeing excessively low oil pressure at idle? If not, I would just leave it alone. Remember, you're looking at 7 pounds per 1,000 RPM. Is your rule of thumb. So if you're seeing at least 7 pounds at idle, I would leave it alone. If you're dropping down in that range where it's turning the light a little bit, then yeah, go with a slightly thicker oil.
What's up, Ted Lane?
Ted Lane, what's going on, brother man?
What's going on? Let's see.
Have we banned anybody from this channel?
Have we banned anyone?
Yeah.
Only during the beginning when it first blew up, when there were people making all sorts of crazy comments. And the only other people are like people that spam us with like
Yeah. The
links
stupid
and
spam,
stuff. Yeah. Bad links. Oh, UTG Marathon is the 4th of July? No. No.
Did you say
No.
anything about a 4th of July?
No, Rocky, no, we didn't say anything like that. He says, please.
Oh,
We didn't say anything like that.
we're not going to do any marathons for a little while.
Yeah, no.
We'll do them. We're gonna, there's a lot of things I want to do, but we're not going to be doing anything for a while.
Yeah. Nope. We're not. We're going to work on our stuff.
We got to work on our stuff.
We want to make everything pretty, actually. Like Tony and I were talking about that this week, right?
Yep.
Everything's going to get paint. I'm going to work on the interiors. I'm going to try and get some interior stuff, and maybe we can do something on that. Booth Studio says, I'm the biggest Uncle Tony fan.
Thank you. I thought you were the biggest Uncle Tony fan.
He's watched
Man,
all
I
of your
watched all-
videos, Tony.
I had the whole 13 hours to build on.
Booth Studios has watched every single one of your videos.
So is Buff. I think Buff,
Have I?
didn't you memorize?
Have you, Buff?
Memorize them.
Buff acts them out. He acts out each episode. But I'm just saying, but thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you for watching. What brand paint for Daily Driver? Rust-Oleum? No. No, not Rust-Oleum.
Well, I mean, don't
No.
talk shit about Rust-Oleum.
No, we only did that on the trucks because they see
Right.
abuse.
Right. The
Not
trucks
on your
stand
car.
So yeah, we hit those with Rust-Oleum, but don't do it on a car.
Or
If
an
you
auto
are
body.
going to do it on a car, listen to me. If you are going to try to do it on a car, because I've seen some people do it, right? And they have far more talent than I do. Go to the HAMB, the HAMB, the Hockey Ass message board, right? And search Rust-Oleum paint job. And
There's
huge
talented people
thread.
on there.
What's that?
There's a lot of talented people on the hand.
Yeah, there's a huge thread about people who've done Rust-Oleum paint jobs, and they have all of the techniques. You know, what to cut it with, what brush to use, what. So if you're gonna attempt a Rust-Oleum paint job, you know, like try to get a nice one, check that thread out on the hand.
Chris Rader is asking, would you consider putting an LS in any of your cars?
No.
Hashtag huge Uncle Tony fan. No, not any of our cars, but you did see that LS and you tried to go get it the other
I tried
day.
to buy an LS yesterday.
Yeah.
But no, there is absolutely less than zero chance that an LS will ever find a way into one of our Chrysler products. But I do want to build an LS and stick it in somebody's Chevy and just play around with it. So yeah, I tried to buy an LS yesterday, and if it was like $100 cheaper, I would have grabbed it.
Yeah, they want a little too much.
$100 broke the deal.
Well, he wanted $300 for it. I know I can go to Ballpark and get one for
Okay,
$175. So
Any plans on the 69 Roadrunner? My favorite B-body.
it's a 68.
It's a
and
68.
yeah, we're gonna do stuff with that car, but we have to do the other cars first.
You're like, we can't, that car is intact and we don't want to take it out.
Right, I don't mind doing stuff with that car, but not until everything else is taken care of.
Let's see.
We have a bunch of cars you guys haven't seen anything on yet because we're trying to work through the ones that we've got already in the works.
Let's see. Leave dog catcher charger outside alone. Love flat black. Joseph, I really want paint on it. The flat black is nice, but I would really like paint on it.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
What do you mean we're going to talk about it?
We'll talk about it. Let's get the fender, that quarter panel straightened out, and then we'll.
Okay. How many cars are in the works? We have so many vehicles.
Currently in the works. Well, Bottle Rocket is an ongoing project.
Right.
So that'll never be finished. It'll always be in the works.
Well, they're all never really finished.
Yeah, none of our cars are ever actually finished.
We like it that way.
The daily driver swinger, that's in the works. We're doing a body work on that now, and we'll be painting it within the next few weeks. Our slant race car, which is just absolutely covered in cobwebs and muck, and so we got to resurrect that and get that going. What else is in the works? Well, we got the turbo slant that belongs to the guy Jim. So we're working on that. We have the Hemi motor we're doing for Kiwi's build. We have oh shit! I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even know what we got in the works. We got stuff everywhere. I got the GT. We're gonna start doing stuff on that GT Ledger, that '67.
That interior needs to be burned. It needs to be torched.
We have there's at least 10 different vehicles that are in the process of being worked on.
Chance is saying, have you ever messed around with stroking a 400? Just picked one up and everyone's telling me to go this route.
Yeah, you throw the 3 3/4 inch 440 crank in it. You end up the 452, 451, 452, whatever it is. It's a great combination. The geometry is perfect. Use the short rod, don't use the long rod. The geometry is perfect. It's the combination that Chrysler should have built from the factory. Actually, come to think of it, the ball stud Hemi was based on that combination. It was a low deck 400 block with the 440 crank in it, and that was the engine that was going to replace all of the big blocks. So yeah, the 400, the 440 crank, way to go.
Aria 5900 says, which engine oil brand should I use on my 2018 Charger RT?
That I couldn't tell you. I would hit the forums and ask there. I'm not educated enough on that to give you a good answer.
Tony doesn't smoke marijuana, boof.
I don't. Not that I have anything against it. I absolutely, I encourage all substance use. Not abuse. There's a difference. But I don't indulge in it myself.
Oh, thank you, Martin. I don't believe that, but thank you.
What's that?
That I'm the star of the channel.
You are the star of the channel.
I'm not.
You that.
I'm the behind the scenes person, and I like it that way.
That's a tough job.
It is a tough job.
I'd like to see more videos on Tony's Dodge Charger. I really like the body style of it.
You'll be seeing more of that car. When the time comes, you'll be seeing a lot more of that car.
But then needs a cup of coffee. Be right back. Going to the Keurig. Total Seal Pistons. Would love to hear your opinion.
I don't really have an opinion. I wish I did. I don't really have an opinion on it.
He didn't say ball sack Hemi. He said ball stud.
Ball
Hemi.
stud Hemi.
Right. We did a video on
We
it.
did a video on it.
When is Uncle Crystal coming back? We were just talking about that yesterday.
She'll be back.
She'll be back.
You know, she's got her hands full with the kids and her job. You know, she's doing real estate too. She's got her hands full, but she will be coming back.
Yeah.
I actually have an idea for I'm not going to talk about it.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll have to sit down. We're going to see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dickie Foley says, good show tonight. Also, the picture is the best I've ever seen it when you guys have been out at the racetrack gas station. You know, it might be because I got my high speed back, but it's probably all going away tonight again.
Right. You got to up the data plan tomorrow.
Yeah, we got to do a lot of things. But we did our fiber optics.
We got our fiber
that
optics
done
at
this
the
week.
house. So,
Yeah, that was a big deal.
We've been upgrading our technology.
Yeah, we're trying here. What do you want, Baron? Uncle Crystal? Wait, you just send her a message.
You'd think stripper girlfriend's gonna get jealous now.
No, I think he wants real estate things. Oh, with a house, yeah. He needs a house. He needs Uncle Crystal to hook him up with a house. She can do it. She's actually really good. What's in your white race car? The stoplight covers all the holes. What's it run? The white race car? Which one? The Belvedere? Wait, the one with all the holes?
One with all the holes
Wait.
is
That's the Slant 6.
car. And we're still building the engine for that.
Uh-oh, I get a bug crawling on me. Okay, we're back. Yeah, it's for the house. Beaumont resume.
We never had a problem. I never had a problem with guys.
Yeah. He actually sent us a nice email, too.
Yeah, he did send us a nice email.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, very cool. You guys should record to VHS tapes and convert it to digital. Because, like, I don't have enough to do.
You can't do it on data?
Yeah, beta.
Yeah, there you go.
Why don't I just get Super 8?
Super 8, there you go.
Let's just be...
Do everything on Super 8.
All right, let's do it. I'll just sit there with a razor blade, splicing everything together. It's not a problem.
Right? You use a scissor.
Yeah, scissor.
Technology.
Yeah,
You know?
technology, right?
Treasures and Scotch tape.
Yep, that's it. Brian Brinker sent you $2. Just wanted to say hi.
Hi, Brian.
Super 8, is that what we're going to use?
I think so. I like that idea.
Zero says, Kathy, is it true that art is abandoned? Like Da Vinci had to walk away from the Mona Lisa at some point. Is it abandoned? What do you mean? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta walk away from everything, don't
That's
you?
the truth. You do have to walk away from things.
Yeah. Otherwise, your brain gets all messed up. Beta.
I said it first.
Said it first.
Chad Baxter sent $1.99. Not even a mechanic.
Thank you,
But
Chad.
love this. Hello from Kansas City, Missouri. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, brother.
Let's see. Can we do it in Super 8? Because I would totally get into that.
I think we should do
Super
it.
8.
Yeah, no.
That would be badass.
How do we do that? Where can we get one of those?
How do I convert?
I think the
Super
film
8
is very
to
expensive.
Something.
Well, it's
My
easy.
father died and left me all these Super 8 family movies.
Run it Super 8 through a projector, and then video off the
Projector.
projector.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and just sit there with the camera.
Yeah. Jody Whale sent you $2. Best acid trip you ever had.
When I saw Zeppelin, I think, in like 1977 or 78, I was never a Zeppelin fan, but I went with a bunch of friends of mine, and I remember it kicked in. I was on the subway, the Broadway local, and it kicked in on the subway, and I don't really remember very
It was
well.
kicks in on the subway.
Well, it does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the bus.
public
Public
transportation. Yeah,
transportation.
if you're gonna trip, it's best accomplished in public transportation.
Stacey on one says, "Hi Tony and Kathy, how's it go? It goes good. What's up?" Baron sent you $20.
Thank you, Mary.
He says, "I am a hardworking American, 6'2", 245 pounds, and a hairy chest. I believe in hard work and determination. Absolutely, Baron.
Yes.
Uncle Tony's channel embodies that ideology. You got the support of me and Tony, chemical engineer. Thank you, Baron. Yeah, hard work and determination.
It's all about that.
All about that. Yep, means a lot. Thank you so much, Baron. Thank you for the support. What's up, DWLW? Are you saying Drunkle Tony dropped acid?
Sure.
In the 70s as a child. Well, not a child. Teenager. What's up, Gearheads? What's up, Icy Orbs? Take 25 Polaroid instant pics per episode and animate them.
I could draw out an episode.
You could. What's the newest car you've owned, Tony? We had that 2002 Sebring.
Yeah. I think that was it was an 02? I thought it was like an 05, 06.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the newest one. Good day from Australia, Uncle. Good day, Lincoln LaRousse.
Good day.
Two Lee's Production says, I once had a friend tell me I could work on his car on anything but pot. It don't agree with me. Oh, okay. Doesn't agree with a lot of people, actually.
Doesn't agree with me.
Doesn't agree with me
It
either.
has the same effect on me that cocaine has on most other people.
Yeah.
I get nervous and edgy.
Yeah, I
not
can't do
good.
that. How do you price hard to find parts when buying them and the seller says that's a fair price?
Say that again?
Okay, how do you price
All right.
hard to find parts when buying them and the seller says what's a fair price? Oh,
Oh, that's a good question.
hard to
I
find
tell you-
parts? Are you talking about super rare stuff?
I'm going to tell you how I do it. Right?
I don't think this applies to super rare stuff.
Well, I've bought some super rare stuff. I'll tell you how I do it, right? I'll tell people what it's worth. So let's just say, for example, I'm looking at I got right now. I'm looking for a 340 trapdoor air cleaner for a swinger, right? It's worth about $200. If I come across one and the guy doesn't know what it's worth, I'll tell him. You know, they go for around $200. You know, you find them on eBay or you go to these shows, they go for about $200. I can't give you that. And I'll make my offer and I'll tell them, listen, you know, it's cash in your hand right now. You don't have to deal with it. I got, you know, and we'll go. So I'll offer them what I think is to be a fair, you know, a fair discount on it. So if it's a $200 thing, I'll offer like $125 or $150, and generally they'll go for it because they know it's a pain in the ass, and I gotta, you know, advertise it, I gotta package it, I gotta ship it. So you take a $200 item and you offer them $125 for it, and they'll generally go for it.
Good night, Olive. Get some sleep. Took apart a carb today, only to find it junk inside. Sat with water in it.
That happens.
Green Mountain.
Let's see. Can we move away from hairy chests and address W2 vintage heads?
What about them?
I have to take a drink.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys, if I'm moving. Go
How you
ahead.
doing,
W2 heads.
I'm handing it.
They're good heads. I mean, I don't know what you want me to expound on them. They're good heads.
When do you use them?
I myself don't use them. I mean, not that I have anything against them. I just don't have any place currently in my universe that a pair of W2 heads would fit.
You used to, didn't you?
I've built.
We
I've
built engines with
yeah.
them. Um, I want Uncle Tony and Uncle Kathy to adopt me, please. I would do anything. You don't want us as parents.
Yeah, no, you
We're
definitely
really
don't.
tough, actually.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
an asshole. I mean, you guys don't realize
we
it,
were
but
really strict with our kids.
yeah.
We were strict. Thank you again, Baron. Baron sent you $20.
Thank you, Baron.
I got 150 wet shot nitrous oxide kit on my 1999 F-150.
Okay,
5.4 liter truck.
okay,
It runs in the 13s for the quarter mile.
nice.
It hauls ass. Built Ford Tough. It's got 325,000 miles on the original 2V Triton engine,
You spraying
and it's
150
still
shot,
going
and it's
strong.
got that's impressive. That's
Impressive?
Yeah.
It's all loosened up.
Yeah,
There you
well,
go.
that's it, exactly. The reason you're getting away with that is because it's loose.
There's
You
some
know,
cylinder wall clearances.
yeah, your piston wall clearances are big, your ring gaps are big, so yeah, it's just happy, man. Good going with that.
Have you used them W2 heads? Yeah,
I
you
love
have.
hearing stuff like that. You know?
My van's got 327,000 on it, but I wouldn't put nitrous on it. Jeez.
You've used W2 heads.
Yes, of
Yes,
course I
he
have.
has. Yeah. Should I port stock heads or go W2 on my engine? What's the net difference?
I have no idea what your build consists of, what your goal.
If that was John Wilburn,
Yeah,
let's just test that.
yeah. I mean, anything under 5,000, 5,500 RPM, and it's utterly pointless to use a W2 head. The W2 head, that's a 67,000 RPM head. They don't really have much of a place in the world anymore.
Good night, Zero. Love you
Good night,
too.
Zero.
Robert says, I was lucky enough to follow a pristine 1968 440 GTX with my 2008 300 SRT8, but the fumes, baby.
How did it get rich, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to hear the pickup truck that pulled in here before. It was spewing.
What? Uh, let's see. I have a 73 Chevy Nova with a 250 inline six. Should I build the stock engine or replace it with a 350 board or bigger pistons?
It depends on what you're looking for. I happen to like inline sixes.
Excuse me, guys.
I just have a bug for inline sixes, so I would try to do something with that. But I mean, it just depends on what you're trying to accomplish.
Nick from Nick's Garage is on. He says, hello, Tony.
How you doing, Nick?
I just watched his last show. What, last night?
Oh my goodness. What type of carb is best for, hang on, street performance in the 650 CFM range, and are demon carbs any good?
Demon carbs are fine. Um, Again, like, okay, if it's a for a street car, I prefer the Edelbrock style carburetor. Anything under like anything under a 800 CFM requirement, and it's a street car, right? Meaning street car. Your primary purpose is to go to work, right? For this particular car, I definitely prefer the Edelbrock style. The Holley gives you the Holley gives you a much broader range of tuning options, and it gives you a much broader range of sizes. Because the Edelbrock stop at 800 CFM, and an 800 CFM Edelbrock only flows about 725 CFM as compared to a Holley. So keep that in mind. They even though they're rated the same, the Holley will flow more air. So for primarily a commuter type of car, you know what I mean? Get you to work, and just do some light cruising and stuff. Definitely Edelbrock. If it's a true performance application and you're looking to get the last little bit out of it, go with the Holley.
AT&T Auto and Diesel says, it's a shame people like us can't tell people anything because they know it all. Thanks for telling and showing them the things they call me all day about at my shop. Laugh out loud.
That's what I only started this channel to relieve your burden, my brother.
So we do, it's good for something, right?
Good for something.
What we do is good for something. Let's see. Baron sent $10.
Baron, you're gonna go broke, brother. Man. But,
Yeah.
no, but keep it
You
coming.
gotta buy a house, Baron.
No, we're gonna buy a house.
We're gonna buy a house.
He says, shout out to Nick's Garage. How you doing, Nick? Let me run my 99 F-150 5.4 liter on your dyno. It's got nitrous on it. Vroom, vroom. Jody Wills sent you $2. Tony
Thank you,
rules.
Jody.
Thank you, Jody. Mopormock says, what about 440 Source Stroker kits? Any good?
I've never heard anything bad about them. I hope that answers the question.
Ugh, okay. Ice cream in a bowl or on a cone? If cone, what type?
In a bowl, definitely.
On a cone.
Uh,
Sugar cone. I disagree with you, Tony.
it's a matter of how
It melts
you're
too
gonna-
fast in the bowl.
What?
It melts too fast in the bowl.
Bullshit. No, it melts faster in the cone.
No, it does not. The
No,
cone
yes,
is
it
more
does.
compact. You pack that stuff in there tight and it doesn't melt as quickly as it does in the bowl.
Look, with a cone, all right, you're always chasing the outside perimeter, or you get ice cream on your finger.
But it's
Gets all
tasty.
down like
I
this.
never have that problem.
When do you never have that problem?
I never have ice cream running down my arm.
How often do you eat cones?
I do eat cones.
When? I've never seen you eat a cone.
Last summer I ate cones. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, I have seen you eat a cone.
You
and
see
it's
me eat
sloppy,
cones all the time.
terrible mess.
Isn't that a
Your
mess?
whole arm is covered
No,
in ice
it's
cream.
not. He's
You don't know
lying.
it's because you're
Oh
drunk.
my gosh.
So-
He's
so you don't see
lying.
Alcoholic
Okay.
ice cream.
No, she got that, please. She's crazy and dangerous.
Pour some glue all over the ice cream. Don't
Yeah, Papa. YouTube takes a cut. Yes, they do.
Drips down and gets on
Like
the
30
car.
something percent. I can't
Yeah,
remember
YouTube takes
exactly.
30%.
It's like 30 something.
33%.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? For the
Well,
Everything. For everything.
Yeah.
Of everything.
Oh, man.
They take 45% of the video, and they take 33%.
I think
They
it's
take
37.
33% of the super.
37% of
What's
super
37?
chat. Super chat?
I
Is
think it's
37?
33.
It's somewhere in there.
It's just over 30%.
Um,
But you know, as far as I'm concerned, God bless them, because
it's
look
their
at the
platform
forum-
that they
exactly, look at
created.
the platform they give us. This would not be possible without
Without
them.
it.
I'm absolutely thrilled to give them their cut.
But we should use Super 8.
We should use Super 8.
Let's do that. Steel Toe 777 says, I was thinking about buying the new Cuda 2020. Your video about the Gen 3 Hemi engine floor scares me.
I mean, I don't want to talk you out of buying something that you really want, but just be aware that that low speed oiling problem is an issue.
Don't idle.
You keep tackling the important issues over time.
Yeah.
Ice cream, bowl of cone.
The police use those things, and they idle around all day long. The police. Do they have a lot of engine problems?
Yes, they actually do.
Okay, I
If you
believe
read-
that.
Yeah, there were some people in the comments that
A lot
were.
of people in the comments were like,
Officers
yeah, I'm a fleet mechanic and
yeah.
have this stuff all the time. Or, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I was wondering if they
672
were
Galaxy.
someone else.
Hey, Tony, Juice Newton or Wayne Newton?
Who's Juice
I don't know. Just pick Wayne Newton.
Newton?
Sure.
Wayne
Okay. South Jersey Jim says, sticking with Demon Carbs. A, is there anything they do better than Holly / Quick Fuel / Brawler 4150?
Honestly, I can't give you a direct answer on that question.
No.
Because I haven't done back-to-back comparisons, and that's one of the
We would
things-
like to do those.
yeah, that's one of the things where we're definitely working towards is where we can. It's like I want to build a mule car, you know, that we could do these back-to-back comparisons on. You know, try different ignitions, different carburetors, different. That's in the cards, but not right now because we've got so many other things to get done. But yeah, at some point I'm going to put together a mule, you know, that we can test all of these different systems and concepts on. I just don't have the resources, or even the manpower.
Manpower,
I can only-
yeah.
I get two hands here. I can only do so much. But one of my big goals for this channel is to build a mule that we can test all of these things under the sun.
And B, has their quality improved now that Holly manufactures demons?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Uh, mm. Baron sent you $47.93.
Nice, Barry.
Tony, you're the best.
I know.
Please smoke 2 cigarettes with me right now. You and Uncle Kathy are good people.
For $50 fucking dollars.
Thank you, Baron.
Hit me that.
No,
half
don't
one
smoke
over.
2
Just
cigarettes.
Give me that, goddammit. He just paid $50 for
Oh
me to
my
smoke 2 cigarettes.
gosh.
You know what? We're gonna make this guy
Are you
happy.
crazy?
Yeah, here we go.
Excuse me, guys. Allergies. I've been trying to hold in a sneeze the whole time.
There you go, Baron. Just for you, brother, man. Look here. There
Is
you
it
go.
spelled Kathy or Kathy? It's spelled Kathy. It's spelled Kathy. No, Kathy with a K.
The W is
The
silent.
W is silent.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Dear Slayer says every third gen Hemi I listen to has had the tick tick tick.
Aye.
Northern Grit says I've changed a lot of cans in cop cars and service trucks, but the engines in normal passenger cars don't eat cams as often.
Because they're not idling as
And the
long.
cops idle all day long. Yep. That makes sense. Totally makes sense.
Juice Newton saying Angel of the Morning? Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Juice,
Yeah.
That was Juice Newton?
Yeah. Wow. I see. That's. Oh, what's those Wayne Newton for that matter?
You sure that's Juice Newton? Isn't that like Helen Reddy or somebody?
That's like 1970, 1971.
I
Yeah.
think I haven't heard that.
People are like,
Wow.
Google Helen Reddy.
Man,
Let's see. Funny.
that's 50 years ago.
Right?
Baron is not decorating my living room. I decorate my own stuff.
For a price, you can decorate the living room.
No.
What?
I decorate my own stuff.
Is that like chrome connecting rods?
No. No. What Kathy forever? Thanks. What Kathy? Good night, Baron. He's
Good
gotta
night,
go to
Baron.
sleep. He's
Thank
gotta
you,
wake
brother,
up for
man.
work. Beaumont resident says I saw her live. She also sang "Break It to Me Gently." Huh?
Oh.
Let's see. Uncle Tony,
Yeah.
Steven Tyler or Bonnie Tyler?
Bonnie Tyler. Bonnie Tyler.
You know Bonnie Tyler.
Do I?
Oh yeah, that song. What's the name of that song?
I'm drawing
You
a
know,
blank. I'm drawing a blank.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh, jeez. You know, honestly, neither. Right?
But have you seen like when they change the words in the videos when she sings that?
No.
It's pretty hilarious.
I've never seen it.
I'll say Bonnie Tyler for that reason.
You'll have to show it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. You gotta find it now. Tony, your opinion on the 305 Chrysler Trans Am engine, cylinder heads, etc.
The cylinder. I bought a load of Richard Petty of Petty Enterprises small block stuff several years ago, and I got a bunch of 305.
A lot of years ago.
That was about 15 years ago now.
Yep. Yeah.
And I got a bunch of 305 stuff in there. So the heads they were using, they were pre-W2. I think actually the W2s came from that. But they were the heads that I got were J castings that were just absolutely ported and filled to the max. I got a set of pistons, those 305 pistons. These are really long rod nose engines also. Do I have an opinion of them? I mean, not really, but they worked for the limitations of what they use them for.
Popeye Robinson, Tony, in your neck of the woods, can you still snag a swap meet blower on the low? Would it be of interest for channel at later date?
I have no plans on building anything blown for myself. But if somebody was to bring me a car and say, "Hey, let's put a blower on this thing," I'm all in.
We had blowers. You sold them.
I sold them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had 2 of them.
Yeah, eventually I want to build an injected nitro motor. I'm done with blows. Done with blows. I like the simplicity of natural aspiration.
Um, Slantfish wants to know how is pork chop doing. Haven't seen
Lamb
as
chop.
much. I
Lamb
know.
chop.
I think he calls him pork
Yeah.
chop. Much going on in the videos. Just concerned about his health.
Okay,
He had a rough last Monday.
he's out of the cancer.
Yeah.
They got the cancer.
It's just the
beat,
medication that he's
but now
on.
he's on a medication, and it's been fucking with his nerves. And he's had the last few weeks, he's had a really rough time, which is why we didn't attempt to get to a track this weekend.
Yeah.
Next weekend he should be okay, and we'll try it again. But he's better, but he's having some rough side effects.
Curtis says, every week I tune in and try to find something to criticize you for, but you give me nothing. Oh, really?
I could try.
We can try harder.
Yeah,
I'm sure we can do it.
yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Yeah, we could totally do
You
it.
can just criticize me in general.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
people
go
do it
ahead.
all the time. I'm fine with
We're
that.
good with it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Chemo withdrawal rough. Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's taking different medications. TA heads were called W1 by engineering, yes?
I have no idea.
You don't know?
It might have been. I don't know.
Brian says, I always smoke more on Sunday nights. Where are the trolls? I don't know. I'm sure we'll have some.
No, yeah.
They're there. Dakota says, not to worry, guys, I'm back. Looks like I missed a $50 donation.
Yeah.
You did, Dakota.
Yeah, you should try to beat that, Dakota. Don't let these guys outdo you, man.
Lamb Chop was live last night from US 60 Dragway. Good, he's feeling better. He has good days and bad days, so if he's feeling good, he tries to do stuff.
Right.
You'll at the same hangout, yes. Holy crap, it's UTG. Dang, I missed most of this. I'm sorry, Diesel Parker.
So, for you guys who don't know, we're off of exit 80 on I-24.
Yeah,
And we're literally
we're at a
within
gas station.
500 feet of the actual exit itself. We're at the racetrack gas station. And this is where we'll be every Sunday night for pretty much the rest of the season. You know, weather permitting, of course. If it's storming, we won't be here. But this is where we're going to be. So if you want to come and hang out, show your car off, you know, whatever it is, just come on by.
Take it easy says, I'd give you $50 if you bought a camera and a tripod with it. I have a good camera that I shoot video with.
Yeah.
This is just my phone. I do not have a tripod. We should probably get one for some things like this, because this phone is getting heavy. I've been sitting in this position
Use a tripod.
for a few minutes here.
We're not gonna hang too much.
It's
longer.
almost 2 hours.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's 15 minutes to 2 hours.
Okay.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's an hour and 45 minutes.
I used to tell
That's
time
what
like
I
that
was
when I was a
saying.
kid. Remember? When I met you, I would tell time like that. And for some reason, every once in a while, it comes back out. Live car show, good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring your stuff. The people at this racetrack are very friendly. You know, I seriously doubt they would mind if we had a impromptu car show here.
Nick says you guys are lucky wearing t-shirts. We were wearing jackets last night. Yeah, it's beautiful here.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's about 75 degrees right now. It's like perfect.
Let Uncle Tony hold the phone and we ask you questions. Terry, you don't want to ask me questions.
Ask her questions anyway.
No, don't ask me questions. Wait, don't leave. I only have 13 more hours drive time until I get there. Mopar Den, you gotta see the garden that you built.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
I mean it's gorgeous. I gotta put a picture on our
Yeah.
in our community page. We don't have any vegetables yet. And Ari, that book was really helpful. Tomatoes are coming in. Nothing is dying yet. Nick says, Kathy, you're doing a fine job. Thank you, Nick. Lionheart says, I'll have to drive down 5 hours from Eastern Kentucky. Well, we've made that trip to Eastern Kentucky. It's not that
Like
bad.
Lexington, yeah, it's about 5 hours.
I do need a tripod. I do. It's just a matter of getting out there and going to get it. Uncle Tony, question for you.
Yes.
This will tell a lot. Mallory or MSD? Excuse me, guys.
What are you doing? I mean, what are you doing with it? Mallory is a brand. MSD is a brand. I mean, you're not saying what specific parts, so I can't really give you an answer on that.
Dear Slayers in East Kentucky. Ari says, I'll save you guys some seeds for next season. Awesome, Ari. Thank you. Ari, I have one heirloom that's not making fruit. I don't know why. I gotta look that up. Maybe you know. Thoughts on the Hemi camshaft and lifter problems?
I did a whole fucking video.
Can you answer a little more professionally than that?
Sure,
We're gonna
go
be,
watch the video.
We're gonna be a little more. We're gonna be a little more professional, Tony.
That's as professional as
We
I can
have to
get.
be professional.
But I put all of my thoughts in the video.
That was a great video.
You know?
That was a great video.
Pollination usually, yeah, Ari, but there's no flowers on it, which is kind of weird, and it's almost like 4.5 feet tall already. No flowers. I don't know. UT, the Q-Jet on the turbo might lean out on the top end if I have the fix. If you read this,
The Q-Jet might be down on the top of the water.
I have the fix. If you read this, that was a loud car. That's why I'm yelling. Sorry, guys. Trying not to be too loud.
Okay, I mean, let me get to that. Let me get to the running and get boosting and get a plug reading on it first before we go any further. You know, I think it'll be okay, but I don't know.
Any poly builds in the future?
Unless somebody brings me one, no.
Can we be more professional?
No.
I'm asking that question.
No. What you see is what you get. This is as professional.
Robert Galvin says, I got my t-shirt. I know, Robert. That was terrible. It took like a month and a half for a t-shirt to go from Tennessee to Canada.
Please.
This poor guy.
It's ridiculous.
It got stuck on May 1st, and we were like, it was May 24th, and I'm like, there's no movement on this tracking number. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guys. There's some crazy stuff going on with the mail. Poor Robert. He wanted his t-shirt so bad. AT&T Auto Diesel says, that's my point about people today. Ask that Hemi Cam thing. I guess it's a really big problem, right?
It's a huge problem.
Somebody's going to come up with a fix for it, I'm sure.
Yes.
Not us.
I don't want to.
No. We don't have tooling or anything. We don't have any equipment.
I just want to play with my hot rods.
Right,
I don't
we don't
reinvent
have-
the wheel. Let somebody else reinvent.
You know, if we had the equipment to do it, you could do it.
I know I
But
can
we
do
don't.
it, but I don't have the equipment. And
Yeah.
more important than that, I don't want the equipment. I want somebody else to have that. I just want to play with my hot rods and have some fun.
Curtis says, I'm headed to the taco shop across the street here in San Diego to
Nice.
sit down for the first time in 3 months. Enjoy
Oh,
it,
yeah,
Curtis, you
guys are
poor
on total
thing.
lockdown. Yeah, enjoy that taco, brother, man.
Let's see. The guy who owns the Turbo Slant looks like Meatloaf. Does he? Does Jim look like Meatloaf?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know. What kind of distributor for a 318 would you recommend for a budget-oriented person? HEI, acceptable points is acceptable?
I mean, points are acceptable. I got points in mine. You could throw. I mean, there's nothing wrong with an HEI, but then there's nothing wrong with the stock Chrysler electronic ignition either. I mean, you know, flip a coin. If it was me, I would just use the stock stuff. It's just easier.
Pure Stress says, I'm sorry about your name, Pure Stress. Have you considered a scraper kind of thing to try and catch the oil in the direction of rotation on the Hemis?
The cam. The problem with that Hemi is that the cam is physically just too far away, and a scraper wouldn't send oil up. A scraper would keep oil from, a scraper will actually work against you because it's taking oil out of the windage cloud, which is what would hit the camshaft. So a scraper would actually be backwards. It would aggravate the situation.
That's Uncle Tony Few, carburetors, points, and diesel submarines.
Hey, listen, I use the stuff that works. Simplicity is everything to me. You know? It's just like people keep asking me, "Oh, you ever going to put a turbo on your car, right?" And one of your cars. And it's like as I was taking that Slant 6 apart this morning, I was like, okay, I got to pull this motor out, right? So normally something like a Slant 6 Dart, from the time I open the hood to the time the motor is hanging on, the cherry picker, is usually less than an hour. And it took me 2 hours to disassemble everything around the top of the motor. And I'm like, you know what? No, never. There's no way I would ever have that kind of clutter under one of my own hoods. Now, that's not to say I won't have it under somebody else's hood. That's fine. But for me, in my life, no. If I have to, and I'm saying this in complete honesty, if I have to move a spark plug wire out of the way to take a valve cover off, I have a crisis. I don't think you understand. I literally have a fucking crisis. So, simplicity for me. Everything is simplicity.
Oh, Geezer 37 says, just worked on my first new Hemi yesterday. Felt good to be back.
Congratulations. Welcome home.
In the USA, you cannot drink on the street? No.
Well, some places you
Yes.
can.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah. There are designated party zones around the country. Nashville, 2nd Avenue in Nashville.
From one Mopar guy to another, friend is building a turbo Slant 6.
Okay.
My Trans Am is going to be so fast it will only run in Tang.
Yes.
Yes, Dakota. You need a water wheel on the crank. Problem with the Hemi is it belongs in the boneyard. It belongs in the boneyard. I'm running low on battery here. I'm on 2 hours.
We're going to wrap it up shortly.
So we need to wrap it up.
I got like 5 minutes. We got to go, guys.
Okay. Let's see. What are symptoms of a soft metering rod springs? I think there's some typos in this sentence.
Itchy, dry spots just above your elbow, or and a low-grade fever.
Trying to tune a street demon with a decent amount of cam. What are the symptoms of metering rod springs?
Too soft of a metering.
Too soft of metering spots. Okay.
What are the symptoms of too
Yeah.
soft of a metering? Usually a hesitation. If it
Did you just black out?
I just slipped out of gear.
Are you drunk, old Tony?
I just literally.
You're in neutral?
Well, you gotta understand something. You sit here for 2 hours
Talking?
straight,
Yeah.
and you just
Your brain
question
just
after question after question, and it's like, oh shit, I
slips
locked
out.
up. Ask me something easy,
Good evening,
Like,
Greasy
what color
Claws.
is blue?
Mopar 10 says, Terry, my son has it on here in the living room. I keep glancing up at the race order occasionally. Oh, okay, he's talking about the race. Have another beer. We're not drinking.
I don't.
Please explain half, 5/8, 3/4 Hemi sizing.
Stock is 3.75, 3 3/4. A 1/4 inch stroker would be a 4 inch. A 1/2 inch stroker is 4.25. A 5/8 stroker is 4.375. A 3/4 stroker is 3.50, and so on and so forth. So it's like so a 1/2 inch stroker is a 1/2 inch on top of 3.75.
Okay. Good night, Unity Motorsports.
Good night, Unity.
Ogisa says, think he means in a car will cause a stumble because too much fuel too fast.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it'll be a flat spot.
It'll be a flat spot.
It'll be a flat spot.
Good
With the
night,
stumble,
Ari.
It would be a flat spot.
Ari's got to go eat. He's going to have dinner.
Good night, Ari.
Try to stress that plant out via lack of water. No, it's getting water every day, but you want me to stress it out? Okay. It should produce foul. Okay, I'll stress it out. You got it. Thank you, Ari. He's so plant smart.
Nice.
He knows all about tomatoes. Tony, what two colors make green?
Yellow and blue?
Yes.
Yellow and blue.
Good job, Tony. Let's see. Why aren't you tearing apart the new turbo slant block?
Why aren't I tearing it apart? It's just flat wore out.
Okay.
I'll put it on the side and use it as a core for something down the road.
Knit Made Muscle says, will a 426 Hemi fit in a 67, 69 Valiant without major fab work, that is?
Yes. Just look at what they did to put for the 68 Hemi Darts and Cudas. It's just you got to dent the shock tower on the passenger side. You know, the motor sits 1 3/4 inches to the passenger side, and you got to relocate the master cylinder if you ever want to take the valve cover off. But other than that, believe it or not, the Hemi fits in that. Like for instance, Hemi headers fit better than wedge headers because they come straight down. They come down like this as opposed to the wedges that come out like that. So believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, the Hemi is an easier fit in those bodies than the big block is.
Mopar Den sent 1998 for the Garden Fund.
Thank you.
I have to make your sign, Mopar Den. Thank you so much. We really appreciate
You
it.
guys are awesome. You really are.
As soon as I get some tomatoes, I can mail them to you.
Tomatoes, you're gonna mail them.
Yeah, why not?
Guys, you send cheese, you know why not?
John Wilburn sent 1111. I use a Manfrotto tripod from Best Buy. It's top notch, and you wish you had it a year ago. I'm sure. I'm sure. Uncle Tony's gonna take me shopping. Take it easy. Sent you $10 tripod fund. I think the Turbo Slant project is the most interesting yet. Thank you. Take
Thank
it
you.
easy.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm having fun with it.
I gotta go to Best Buy tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, and get a tripod. All right, I'm running out of battery here,
Okay.
and we're on 2 hours.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up in a couple of minutes. If you have any, want to throw your last licks in there, go for it.
Tell Tony that in the movie I have to get pulled over and tased by a state trooper played by Fubar. Okay. All right, Dakota.
I would like to tase you myself,
Atkins
Dakota.
Free Will says, hello, everyone. Much love from Memphis. What's up, Atkins?
What's going on, brother man?
Reese Holder says, not to be a downer, but my dad passed a few days ago.
I'm sorry,
And I'd
bro.
like to find and buy the S10 we built together. What way do you prefer to find a car with a VIN that you used to own?
I've never tried it.
I have.
Well, tell him what to do.
I have to go find the site. It's not Carfax or any of those things. This is like a government site. And I have it on actually an old laptop. I saved it only because I had that site in my saved items.
Okay, well, tell them how to get a hold of you.
You know what I'll do? Let me find it. I can post it in the community section.
Okay.
But I gotta open that laptop and plug it in and see where
Well, good
it
luck
is.
with that, and sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it was the only thing that helped me find the Mustang. Yeah, we're so sorry. Stephen Cox sends you $20. Love your channel and your videos. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you, Steve. I really appreciate that.
Watch out for my allergies. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. I'm going to find the site, John. It's on an old laptop. I have to plug it in. Wait, I hope I didn't throw it out. I will find it. And it's free. I think it's free. Or it's like $1.14 or something like that. What are your thoughts on running used cooking oil in a diesel?
It's done all the time. I know filter is very important.
Post the site for all of us to see. Yeah, I hope I have that laptop. I think I do. I think that's the only reason I saved it. Ever been to Carlisle?
Yes, a couple times.
Hello from PA. What's up, Kugelhofer?
What's going on?
Deer Slayer's night. It says night UT World. Good night, Deer Slayer.
Good night, dear Slayer. All right, listen, we're going to wrap it up, guys.
Okay.
And Ahmad, Ari, Fubar, John, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
Everybody contributed, you know.
Thank you. I'm
super
gonna
chat.
get a tripod. Thank you guys so much.
Seriously, thank you. You know, this is what keeps the wheels turning, you know. We appreciate it. Everybody who participated tonight. So, as we said, hi, Buff.
Hey, yeah, I'm not drifting off.
You've been really quiet.
Yeah.
Well, it's your show. I'm butting in too much.
You can.
God, I've done it.
All right, so we're every Sunday night. Tell you again, we're about 500 feet off of exit 80 on I-24 at the racetrack gas station, and we'll be here every Sunday night, approximately 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. So if you're in the area, if you're in the general Nashville area, and you want to swing by and be part of this, come on by, bring your car, show it off, and you know, we'll have some fun.
All right.
But that's it.
I don't show mine off. It's a salamander.
It looks like a salad.
We're gonna get cut off my battery shut.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's it, guys. Thank you very much. Good night.
Good
and we'll
night,
see you
everyone.
tomorrow.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Have a great night.
Say good night, Buff.
Good night.
You're supposed to say good night, Buff.
Say good night, Tony.
No, when I say good night, Buff, you're supposed to say good night, Buff.
I'm running out of battery here, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.